This is one of the many wellness groups that the FSHD Society sponsors. And like I said, these meetings are run by volunteers like myself who are patients with FSH and just want to share. What I'll do today is really a recap of everything I've done in the last 3 months, the last 4 months actually. So I'm going to do some diaphragm breathing. I'm going to do some Qigong exercises for strengthening your immune system. And I'm going to review neck, shoulder, and abdominal exercises that we've been doing over the last couple of months. We'll open up the floor to some discussion. If anybody has anything that they want to share, they're welcome to do that. And without any further ado, let's just get going. So housekeeping, just like I said, if you're new or returning, if you're back again for more pain with me, just put new or returning in the chat so I know who's who and who's where. Also, if you want a copy of the handout, put your email in the chat and I'll send a copy of that off to you. Or you just want to stay in touch. I'm trying to keep track of who's coming on these calls because once we log off, everybody's gone. So if I can track with you, that would be great. If you don't want me to do that, that's fine too. I will be sending a copy of the handout from this exercise thing out. And I believe handouts from the previous exercise sessions that I did are on the FSHD website under the Feeling Fit banner. You'll have to search around for them. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a resource page together for everybody, and you can just go and do one-stop shopping. I'll have that ready for you all next time. Quick disclaimer, if you're not sure about doing any of these exercises, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, I'm a FSHD patient who's just willing to share what I do and I've had success with. And so if you're not sure, just follow along. This is being recorded, so you can go back and watch the video at a later time, and you can always ask your doctor or a health professional about their advice on what to do with this. All right, that's that. Who am I, in case you're new? My name is Frank Hanley, and I'm near Wilmington, North Carolina. I've had FSHD. I noticed it when I was about 18 years old. Started in my left shoulder with the winging scapula. In 93, I noticed, I was about 30, I noticed a foot drop. And I went and got diagnosed the MDA clinic in Edison, New Jersey at the time. Early 2000, my son started having issues. He was a baseball pitcher and his shoulder was bothering him, and the lights went off with the FSH. So I brought him to the clinic, but the doctor, it was a rotator cuff, not FSH. 2012, I went to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore and was diagnosed via the genetic test with FSHD type 1. Spring of 19, I attended my first FSHD Society meeting in Philadelphia. That was my introduction to the group. And subsequent to that, I moved to South Carolina. I was living in Maryland at the time. I moved to South Carolina in the summer of 2019. There was no group here. There was no FSHD Society chapter here, so I started one. We did our chapter launch in 2020, in February 2020, just a month ahead of COVID. So we had one face-to-face meeting, and then we ended up going Zoom calls from there on. 2020, I also started a Facebook group called Qigong for FSHD, and I do videos like this with these exercises on there. And like I said earlier, September of 22, a few months ago, we started this Feeling Fit program. I've been practicing martial arts for over 30 years. I practice Kung Fu, Qigong, and Taijiquan. I started training in Somerville, New Jersey. I met a teacher who lived in my town after my kids were a little older, and I started seriously practicing Kung Fu again in 2009. I joined a different school in Maryland when I moved. 2019, I was awarded a level 1 Qigong instructor by the National Qigong Association. They're the ruling board for Qigong memberships in the United States. So I'm a certified instructor. I do these presentations. My story is I do this Qigong and Kung Fu because it's my way of fighting back against the FSH. It's always attacking me, and I do a daily practice to try to fight back. Doing this practice, I don't get sick. I don't want to say I don't ever get sick, but I really get a sniffle once in a while. But beyond that, I don't do much. I'm pretty healthy. That's basically due to some of these exercises I'm going to show you today. So, any questions before I start? Anybody? If you have any questions at any time, just put it in the chat or kind of unmute yourself and stop me, and I will be happy to stop and answer your questions. All right. So any questions before we get going? All right, let's go. So just for the new folks, I'm using this term Qigong. What is Qigong? So the term Qi is for, means energy or your life energy. It's a Chinese term. Qi, it's spelled Qi, but it's pronounced Qi like cheeseburger. And the term Gong translates to work or practice or skill. So the phrase Qigong means energy work or energy practice or energy skill. Qigong is more than a few thousand years old. It's been practiced all around the world. There's different types of Qigong. I'm teaching the wellness version of it. But beyond that, there's medical Qigong that's used to, Qigong is very tightly coupled with acupuncture, if you're familiar with acupuncture. The meridian system and the energy points are the same. So if you're familiar with acupuncture, you're familiar with a lot of the terminology used in Qigong. Let me see where I am here. I'm trying to catch up to myself on my thing. Okay. Questions about Qigong? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. You can Google it and read up on it all you want. Also, just be careful if you do get online and Google or YouTube Qigong. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but there's a lot more junk out there. So be careful. If you find something that you like and you want me to take a look at it, I'd be happy to do that. And like I said, I'm going to have a resource page. I'll post some of my favorites out there too, so you can go and watch those Qigong exercises. Okay, so I'm going to start off today with, I think I went way ahead of myself. I'm just going to jump kind of right in and do a real quick warm up. And then we'll circle back and we'll go through everything that I'm going to do now in detail. All right. So let me just move my sitting chair out of the way and get my exercise chair in the way. All right. So if you're not, again, first time here, I am sitting in like a pub height chair. Sorry, I got to adjust my camera so you can see me good. So the chair is a little higher, so it's easier to get in and out of. It does not have any sides. I'm sitting on the edge of the chair, and feet are flat on the floor. If you need to sit back for stability, do so. And if you need a chair with arms, do so too. I move my hands around a lot, so I don't want to whack my elbows. All right. So we're going to sit. So sitting, these feet are comfortably apart. Hands, you can have your hands, usually I put them palms together in my lap. Gentle gaze looking forward. Your tongue should be behind your front teeth, gently touching the tip of your tongue, touching the roof of your mouth, just behind your front teeth. And from here until we say goodbye in an hour, we only breathe in and out through our nose. All right, and I'll go through why we do nose breathing in a little while. So that's sitting. So again, sit, edge of the chair, straight back, gentle gaze, roof, top of the mouth, breathe in and out through your nose, hands are in your palm. I did a lot of Qigong is breathing, And what I've been teaching the last since we started is abdominal breathing or diaphragm breathing or belly breathing, depending on what you want to call it, which is where we breathe instead of being chest breathers. You got to relearn. I'm trying to relearn everyone to become a belly breather. So you want to breathe with your diaphragm. So when you inhale, you push down in your diaphragm and your torso expands. And when you exhale, you pull in on your abdominals, pull your diaphragm up, and you kind of compress and contract everything. So it's a good abdominal workout. It's a good workout working on all your, giving your organs a good exercise while you're doing this breathing. So let's do a few inhales and exhales, okay? So I'm going to count to 5, and we'll inhale, count to 5. Again, inhaling, pushing down in your diaphragm, filling your belly with air, basically. And then on the exhale, we compress everything back down again. Okay, so inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, pull in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push down, push out with your abdominals, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, pull everything in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, push out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. So when you're inhaling, again, everything goes out. One of my colleagues calls it a 6-way, 6-direction breathing, where he explains it as it's kind of like filling a balloon with air. The bottom, the side, it fills completely and symmetrically. So what you want to do is your stomach and your back fill, side to side fill, top to bottom fill. So that's why you should feel your breathing. When you get good at this, you can feel the breathing in your shoulders, right? Because you're inhaling and you're expanding your entire torso. So that's what I'd like you to work towards if you're doing these exercises seriously. Okay, any questions real quick on the belly breathing? I'm going to circle back to it and go through it in a little more detail later and add some visualization. So, good? Okay, nobody else has video, so I can't see thumbs up. So anyway, all right. We did some neck exercises the last time. So the first exercise is side to side. The second exercise is ear to ear, ear to shoulder. And then the third one is up and down. So when we'll start, I'm going to mirror you. So we'll go to the right. Turn your head as far as you can to the right. And you can inhale on that turn and then exhale back to the middle, back to center. And then inhale to the left and exhale back to center. Now, lead with your eyes. So your eyes are looking straight ahead here. And as you turn your head, your eyes are still looking straight ahead. And when you get as far as you can with your neck, I want your eyes to go to the corner of keep your eyes going look as far back as you can. Then when you start to come back, bring your eyes to center first, and then move your head back to center. So we're going to go to the left, all the way over, all the way over. Now we'll move your eyes, and now back to center, and look to center first, and then bring your head back to center. To the other side. Back to center, left, back to center, right, back to center, left, back to center, right, to center, left, to center, right, to center, 2 more, left, right, left, to the right, and end in the middle. Okay, now, ear to your shoulder. So turn your head, drop your head. So you want to get the stretch on the outside, and then come back to center and go to the other side. Keep your chin up. That's not having your chin down here. Keep your chin up. Push your ear down to your shoulder. So let the weight of your head stretch your neck. Back to center, to the other side. Back to center, the other side. Back to center, the other side. Back to center, the other side. To the right. To the left. To the right. To the left. 2 more. To the right. To the left. Last one, to the right. And to the left. And come back to center. Okay. Right? Everybody good? All right. So the last neck exercise is up and down. So what we'll do is we'll take our chin and push our chin down into our chest. Let the weight of your head stretch your neck. You should start to feel this down in your back as you loosen up. And then when we come up, we do not crimp our neck to the back. We take our chin and we push our chin out. I use the analogy of the turtle sticking his head out of the shell. So you want to stretch your neck out of your shoulders. You don't want to crimp it back. You want to just stretch it out. So push your chin out and then drop your head down, your chin to your chest. And then up, push out. Down. Look up, push out. And down. Up. Down. 2 more. Up. Down. Let your head hang. Last one up. And down. All right. So just gently, shoulder to shoulder, left to right. Turn your head back and forth. And then drop your head down. You push your chin into your chest. Back to center. Look up a little bit. You hear that snap, crackle, pop. That's high enough. Back to center. Down. And then back to center. Okay. Those are the neck exercises that we did. I think we started those in November. So anyway, next ones are shoulders. So we're going to do a shrug. We just shrug straight up, down, 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 up, and circle to the front. Roll your shoulders to the front. Up and roll, up and roll, up and roll, up and roll, up and roll. Now up and roll to the back, up and roll, up and roll, Up and roll. Up and roll. Okay. One side then the other. Up, straight up and hold it. Drop. 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 Up. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Let it down. Up and hold it. And get it up a little more. A little more. Roll, roll, roll your shoulders a little bit. Okay, let them down. 2 more. Up. Hold it. Down. Last one. Up. And down. Okay. Those are our shoulder exercises. Ab exercise, I'm only going to do one. We'll circle back to the other ones later. I'm sorry, somebody have a question there? No, we're good. Okay, so the ab exercise we'll do here is just the side to side. So you bend to the right, try to touch the floor, back to center, and bend to the left. Try to touch the floor. Okay, don't cheat. I say keep your cheeks in the seat, all the way down, back to center, all the way up the other way, to center, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Hold it. Reach, reach, reach. Get some stretch here. Back to center. Other side. Get the stretch on this side. All right, 2 more. 1. And here's the last one. All right, good. Okay, everybody good? I can't see thumbs up because you're all don't have your video on. Everybody is still in their pajamas, right? Drink break. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to review are the 4 Qigong exercises that we did. I introduced 2 at the end of November, and then I introduced the other 2 last time we met, which was the first meeting in December. So we'll do all 4 of those today. I'm going to go to them in a little more detail. Actually, given where we are, what time is it? Oh, we're 12:30 already. Given where we are, let me just scoot forward here. All right, so let's do, so these exercises, because most people here, well, many of you are new. These exercises are to improve your qi flow, the flow of energy through your body. And when you improve your qi flow, you improve it strengthens your immune system and it improves your health. So the idea is in your wrist, you have, and again, I'll go back to the acupuncture, familiar with that. There are 6 meridians. So your qi flows through a network called meridians. You can think of it like your circulatory system for your blood. So your qi flows through your body in meridians. There's 12 meridians. 6 of them are in your wrist, or flow through your wrist. They're normally connected to an organ in your torso, and then the meridian runs out to an extremity. There's 6 in your hands, and then your lower organs run down into your legs. We're only going to work on the upper ones today. So in the top of your wrist is the heart, the lung, and the pericardium, the heart sac. And in the bottom of your wrist is small intestine, large intestine, and your triple warmer, which is your 3, your respiratory, your digestive, and your reproductive, and your, what do you call it? Your lower systems, okay? So these exercises are designed to, and I'll use another analogy, like if you have the water in a garden hose and you crimp the hose, you stop the flow of the water, the pressure builds up behind it. So when you release that, you get that quick spray. So what these exercises are going to do is they're going to crimp the meridians So the chi will back up, and then when we release, they'll push through. I found after doing these exercises for about a month, dramatic change in just my overall health. So, and like I said earlier, I don't, or I shouldn't say don't, I rarely get sick. So anyway, these exercises are called the 7 golden gates or the 7 golden passages. I learned these from my teacher who learned them who's from New Jersey. His teacher was from China, Sifu Yi. So these exercises have been passed down there's a lineage in a Kung Fu school. It's like a family. There's my father is my teacher, his father, my grandfather is his teacher, and so on, and it goes back. So the lineage that I studied, we can trace back into the 1800s. A gentleman called Wang Feihong was this person who started the particular style that I studied. And then his lineage followed down into my teacher, whose name was Tom. So anyway, the hand shape, there's 2 different hand shapes for this. Hello, Alice. You finally let me, right? You finally gave me someone I can see moving around, right? Everybody else has had either your name up in blank. So anyway, 2 hand shapes. Fingers support the heavens. Is you point your fingers up and you crimp the top of your wrist. That's the first exercise. And then the opposite of that is called the crane's beak, where you try to hold your fingers together like a beak, bird's beak. And then we twist that arm down to create tension in the underside of your arm. I'm trying to get this where you can see it in the camera. Everything's backwards to me, I'm sorry. So fingers support heaven, we crimp the top, and crane's beak, we crimp the bottom. All right, so the first 2 exercises, what we do is we'll start it with our hands at our sides. We inhale. Again, we're belly breathing through all of this. So go back and do the whole seating thing. Breathe through your nose, gentle gaze, tongue, top of your roof of your mouth. Feet are flat on the floor, hands in your lap. Actually, we're going to move our hands. Forgot I said that. Okay, standing up, sitting up straight in your chair. If you can sit at the end of the chair, good. If you can't, then, stability, I get that. All right, so we start our hands at our sides, and we inhale, and we bring our hands up to our armpits, and then we exhale, and we turn our hands out, and we push forward. And as we push forward, you want to visualize you're maybe standing against the wall, pushing against the wall, but you've got that tension here. Now, if you can't do that, then put your hands on the tabletop. The important part is crimping the wrist. All right, if you can't, put them in your lap, okay, on my knee. Hang them straight down if you have to. But the idea is to keep that tension in the top of your wrist. And you should do that for about a minute and breathe. You're not going to hold your breath for a minute. So we inhale and we push out and we exhale. And now we just do belly breaths for, let's say we'll do 10 breaths. So inhale, exhale, breathing in and out through your nose. Inhale, torso fills. Exhale, tighten up the abdominals. Again, focus on the back of the wrist. Inhale. Exhale. Now as you inhale, lightly move away from the wall, if you're visualizing a wall. And then when you exhale, push against the wall. So to keep that tension. So inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Now, keep the tension, let your hands come down to your sides, and then release. Okay? And you should, after a while, you'll feel a little bit of a push there. Once in a while, which what makes these exciting to do, is I'll get a little jolt of electricity, like a little shock when I'm doing this, a little. So, it's kind of like it happens maybe once every couple of years, but it's a really cool feeling. When you release, you get this little jolt. So Again, the top of the wrist, we're crimping those meridians, all right, blocking the chi flow. And then when we release, that rush pushes through. And again, over time, this will help you improve your immune system because of the breathing and the energy in your hands. So that's gate number one. The other thing is, the reason we're doing this to the front is the meridians run into your shoulders here. So when we have this, and I'll try to do it, there's a gate, why they're called the 7 gates. There's a gate here where all those meridians are passing from your torso into your arm. So when you have your arm in the front, you're opening that gate in the back. Okay? Your back, because of where your arms are. I know it's kind of hard to visualize, but that's the reason they call it. So if you can do that to get that gate open, right? You know, when you do this, you feel that nice relaxing in your shoulder. Well, that's where that gate is. So if you can keep those hands up, that's great. The next, the opposite of this is the crane speak. So we're going to start with our hands at our sides, and we're going to bring our hands up and do the crimping again. So it's not this, we're doing the pushing, it's more of a lifting feeling. Okay, my old teacher used to have like the plumb bob. You have a weight suspended on a string, if you want to visualize that. So you inhale, bring your hands up, and then just do belly breathing, do 10 breaths. You should do these try to do these for a minute. Inhale, exhale. Again, the tension is on the bottom of your wrist. If you can't hold your arm up, then put them at your sides or put them on a tabletop. But the important part is to get the crimping. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Fill up, exhale, compress. Inhale, fill your torso with air. Exhale, squeeze and compress everything. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. So if you're able to hold your arm up, I know some people, that's a challenge. What you could try to do is hold these 2 positions for a minute each. And when you get to, you're comfortable doing them a minute each, then do them for 2 minutes each. Okay. And then if you want to, go back to a minute and maybe get one of those little strap on your wrist weights, like 1 pound weight, and start over at a minute and do it until you're comfortable doing it with the weight on your wrist, just to build up a little more stamina in the excuse me, in your arms. So the next the other 2 gates, 3 and 4, are similar, but we go out to the sides instead of out to the front. So again, starting from the side, you inhale, starting from arms at your sides rather, you inhale. Hands up to your armpits, and we're going to turn our hands out, and we're going to push out at the sides. And we're going to keep that tension. I'm sorry, I'm wider than my camera lens. So you want to keep that tension in your wrist, all right? And your arms out. Now, I, of course, because of the winging scapula, can't get my arms up straight. But if possible, you want to visualize at least that you are in a T form. My hand is all the way up, if I could lift it up, you know what I mean? So my hands are up parallel to the floor, but this is as high as I can lift them because of the scapula. So again, inhale, exhale, push out, feel like a pushing feeling. Visualize you're standing up straight and your arms are parallel to the floor. Inhale, belly out. Exhale, compress. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Let your arms drop and then release the tension. Okay, good. What I tell people here is to shake it out.
Hey, Frank, I got a quick question.
Sure.
Hi, it's Bruce. How are you?
Good.
Because the FSH is so asymmetrical and my right side is so much stronger than my left side, my left is very weak. Is it cheating? I mean, I can do sort of the beak thing going down. And on my right side, of course, I can do the tension on the wrist this way. But on my left side, is it cheating if we have to
Yep.
use the other hand to
Yeah.
get that tension going on the left side?
Can you do this without, forget holding your arms up. Can you just do the crane's beak?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you do. Okay. And little by little, you might want to try to hold them up a little at a time. Use your mind to beat the disease. So in your mind, you've got the right posture. Visualize yourself doing it correctly. Okay, even though you can't, like physically you can, in your mind you can, and that's the beauty of these exercises. You can do these as best you can. So I mean, you could see me. I mean, I'm this is as high as I'm going, but in my mind, my arms are straight up.
My right side, I can go out. My left side, I can't do anything
Yeah,
with it.
I understand. So if you can't do any of that, I mean, do them as high as you can. If you can't do them at all, then just keep them at your sides. You want to create a little bit of a tension in your shoulders if you can. Kind of keep your elbows locked. Keep your wrists down and locked, and even on the upside. And just lift your shoulders as high as you can. I get it that you're lopsided, but just close your eyes and visualize yourself doing it the right way. That's a simple thing to do. Again, the key is the tension in the wrist. If you've got good tension in the wrist, this exercise will work no matter. I mean, you could do it lying down, just as long as you have the tension in your wrists, because these are supposed to be done standing, but because standing is such a challenge for most of us, it's easier for me to just show these sitting down. So do as best as you can is all I can. And again, the important part is the tension in the wrist above and below. Everything else is good, but it's you don't need to do it if you don't have to. The other thing you can do too is hold your hand against the wall. So literally use the wall as a to help you hold your hand up. So that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Great, thanks, Bruce. Good questions. Anyone else? Questions? No? Okay. So then the last one, the last exercise here is the crane's beak out to the sides. And again, we're sitting, and you just inhale, bring your arms up with the crane's beak hand position, and exhale, and inhale and exhale for a count of 10, for 10 counts rather. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Then bring your hands down back to your sides. All right, so those are the 4 Golden Gates exercises, 4 of the 7. The other 3 are standing, so we're not going to try those today. Okay. Questions? Anyone? So if you want, Bruce especially, actually everybody, I've got a picture of the correct posture in the handout. So again, leave your email in the chat and I will make sure to get a copy of the handout to you. So you can, excuse me, so you could see what they look like, and that helps with the visualization. So I'm going to do a couple of more breathing exercises. So what we did in the past was I added some hand motions, I added some visualizations to help with the abdominal breathing. So I introduced the term Dantian, D-A-N, new word, T-I-E-N, pronounced Dantian. The Dantian is a spot that's a little below your navel, and that's where your chi lives. So the Dantian is your energy spot. And what we do is when we're doing the breathing, we visualize what chi, well, actually, I'll ask everybody here to do it. Visualize, close your eyes and visualize. So chi is energy. So visualize what your chi looks like. All right, so just close your eyes and visualize what your chi, what your life energy looks like. If you could give it a shape, if you could give it color, if you could give it size, what would that be? So I like to visualize mine as a ball because that's easy to deal with. I like to visualize it as a bright color, bright white, bright yellow. And I like to visualize it that it's small and compact and I can do stuff with it. So some of these exercises we visually manipulate. So I don't want something that's really big and clunky in order to do that. It's also expands and contracts. So as we're inhaling, my ball of chi gets bigger. And as I'm exhaling and I'm compressing, I'm squeezing that down. So visualize again, if you want with me, that ball of chi expands out to like the size of a beach ball. And then when you exhale and you compress, you squeeze it back down to maybe the size of a golf ball. So we can play with it. We can do all kinds of stuff with our chi in our head, by visualizing. So these next couple exercises will do that. We're going to tie the breathing with some visualizing to kind of make it more fun. All right. So what I want you to do is close your eyes and make believe you've got your ball of chi in your hands. So we're going to inhale and we're going to expand the ball. So the ball's pushing out on our hands as we inhale. And then when we exhale, we squeeze the ball back down. So inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Compress, squeeze it down. So you want that warm, you feel the warmth of the chi. When you inhale, it expands, gets warmer and warmer and warmer. Exhale, squeeze it down. All the way down. And when you exhale, empty your lungs. Squeeze as hard as you can. Inhale, fill completely. Exhale, empty completely. Inhale, the ball expands. Exhale, the ball contracts. Okay, so now hold the ball top to bottom. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it back together. Flip your hands over. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it back down. Flip your hands over. Inhale. Expands. Fill your torso with air. Exhale, squeeze. Empty your lungs. Squeeze the ball of chi down. Flip your hands over. Inhale. Exhale. Flip. Inhale. Exhale. So as you're doing these, if you do these on your own, you can be a little vigorous with this, or you can be a little very, very calm. So you flip, inhale slowly, count to 5. Exhale, slowly count to 5. Or you can inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you can do a lot with that, inhaling and exhaling. Okay? So another one of these exercises that I like to do, and this ties into some coordination also, which is another thing that I like to use the Qigong for, is as we inhale, our hands are at our sides. And as we inhale, we bring our left hand up to our armpit. And then as we exhale, we flip our left hand and that drops and our right hand comes to the armpit. Then we flip and we inhale. Flip, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Again, we're breathing in and out through our nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so now just let's complicate this a little more. As you raise your left hand, raise your left heel off the ground. And as you drop your left hand and bring up your right hand, drop your left foot and raise your right foot. Okay? Inhale, left side comes up. Exhale, right side comes up. Inhale, left side. Exhale, right side. Inhale, left side. Exhale, right side. Now, forget about your arms. Focus on your breathing, but move your arms and your legs. Inhale. Push your torso out, fill up. Exhale, squeeze the abdominals. Inhale, left side up, belly out. Exhale, right side up, belly in. Now, anyone want me to get a little more complicated? No? Okay, well, if you want to try this over the holiday, starting from 0, left hand comes up, right foot comes up. Left hand goes down, right foot goes down, right hand comes up, left foot comes up. So you're alternating your hand and your foot. And you're breathing. Okay? So we can have a lot of fun with these exercises. So, left hand, right foot, inhale. Right hand, left foot, exhale. All right, I'm only going to do a couple of these because I see Alice struggling there. Okay, shake it out. All right, one more, and then we're almost done. Good.
I was going to say, you could tell I'm standing. I'm going to have to practice this seated and then move to standing.
Yes, practice it seated first because you only have to do a toe raise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're doing it standing, you want to bring your knee up to your waist. Okay, bring your knee all the way up to your waist. And keep something next to you in case you lose your balance until you get that square. And also, if you're standing, make sure your plant foot is at a 45. It helps you balance better if your foot is at a 45-degree angle rather than be pointing straight forward.
Outside or inside?
Turn your toes out
Okay.
a little bit. Because what that does is if you're here, you're this big. When you do that, now you're a little wider. Your balance, your energy. Well, actually, the thing too is you want to push down. That becomes your heavy leg. There's a whole. Actually, Alice, if you want to do them, we'll do it another time, or I'll get you on the side and we can do the standing exercises, because there's a whole nother thing about sinking your energy into your legs so you root. Right? We can't do rooting seated very well, but you can do it standing very well. So, and I'm not really going into rooting because we're doing most of these seated. So if you want to pursue that, let's get together on the side and I can show you those exercises standing. All right? Because you get a lot more out of it if you learn how to do the grounding and the rooting. Okay? So anyway, thank you very much for that. The next one is what I call ocean waves. So ocean waves is another visualization. So what we're going to visualize is, again, we're seated, edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor, right? Arms are going to be hanging at our sides. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to visualize we're standing in the ocean, waist deep in water. Okay? Breathe in and out through the nose. Tongue is at the top of our roof of our mouth, touching the roof of our mouth just behind the tongue gently. So when we do it, we inhale, we bring our arms up gently and visualize the wave. The ocean wave is coming in behind us. So the water level is rising as our hands are rising. Okay? And then the wave is past, the water level drops, so we bring our arms back down again as we exhale. Okay? So visualize the ocean, the wave comes in, and lead with your wrists. So on the way up, your wrist is pointing up, and on the way down, your wrist is pointing down. Okay? So the wave comes in, and the wave goes out. We inhale, we exhale. So, is the water cold? The water warm? Sun beating on the back of our neck? Is the sun hot? A lot of good visualizations you can do with this exercise. Inhale, fill the belly. Lift the wrists. Exhale, empty. Inhale, fill. Exhale, empty. The wave comes in. Water is nice and cool all the way up to our neck. The wave passes by, the water level drops back down to our waist. Inhale, the wave comes in, arms up, flip your wrists, exhale on the way down. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Okay, so let me do this. Any questions? No, we're good? All right, don't be afraid to ask. So what I'm going to do is open the floor and ask if there's anyone who has, well, do you have a question, number one, or do you have perhaps a little routine that you share or an exercise that you like to do that you want to share with everyone? Again, this is a patients helping patients, so don't be afraid to speak up here. Because I'm sure you get tired of listening to me after an hour. Renee, you're being too polite.
Frank, I just wanted to thank you for this. This has really been, I've always kind of wondered about Tai Chi and didn't really know anything about it. This is a nice intro to it. Tell us how long it took you to, it's harder than I thought it would. I mean, it's just harder than it seems when you explain it, to visualize and the breath and the movement all at the same time. Did it take you a while, and how long until you actually felt like you saw your chi or were able to visualize at the same time that you were doing the breathing? Thank you.
To be honest with you, the belly breathing, I'm still learning, okay? Because there's all kinds of different variations, if you will. But if you just do that, let's just take it to the simplest form. If you just do what we've been doing today in 3 to 6 months, if you do it, maybe you practice 10 minutes a day. Well, the other thing, let me just say this, these exercises, these Qigong exercises, you can do them as much as you want. It's not like I'll do 10 minutes a day and that's all you're supposed to do. You can do them in the morning and in the evening. If you can do them for 10 minutes, you can do them for an hour. I usually try to do it for an hour every day. Again, it's my daily routine, right? Because like I said, I use this to fight back. And that's the visualizing part is the fighting back, like I was showing Bruce. You can't do it physically, you can do it in your head, right? You can visualize yourself being successful in doing this, and that's how you beat the disease, in your head. You might not be able to beat it physically yet, but in your mind you can. So to answer your question, 3 to 6 months with the breathing, because I don't know how old you are, I'm not going to ask, but however old you are, you've been breathing, chest breathing for probably from 6 months old to now, you've been just the chest breathing. We all were belly breathers when we were born, and then we switched over to chest breathing because that's just the way we do it. To relearn how to belly breathe and abdominal breathe takes a while because you've been just not doing it for so long. The beauty of breathing is that you can do it consciously and unconsciously. So you're going to unconsciously breathe to live, right? But consciously doing these exercises is a whole nother nut because you can vary the amount of breath you take. You can hold your breath. You can breathe rapidly. You can breathe slowly. So you can do a lot with it. But again, it's probably, figure 6 months doing it every day where you can get, because what I find is capacity. I find it much easier to exhale than inhale. And I don't know if you guys noticed that. When you inhale, try to get up to 5 or 10, you're struggling. But exhale, I can exhale up to 30 because you're using different muscles. And the exhale muscles are a lot easier and a lot looser, I guess, than the inhale muscles. So anyway, that's to answer your question. 3 to 6 months, maybe sooner. It just depends on how long, how good you get at it, right? I can switch chest breathing to belly breathing really easily now to be able to do it. But like I said, it's opposite of what you've been doing for years and years and years. So I equate it to handwriting. When we started to learn how to handwrite, we sucked at it, right? Couldn't write for beans, but you had to practice and practice and practice. Some people still can't write very well, but for the most part, over time you get better at it. So it's just something you have to not get frustrated. Please don't get frustrated. This is supposed to be relaxing, so don't get frustrated, right? If it's not working for you that day, then just let it go and try again tomorrow. Okay, that help?
Yep, thanks.
Great. I hope you come back again. We're going to be doing, I'm off next month, like I mentioned to folks earlier. Someone else is going to be doing this session next month. And I'm queued up to do more stuff in February if nobody steps up. So February, or the next time I'm on, I'm going to do some arm, wrist, finger, hand exercises. Because I know people have a lot of trouble with their hands. So we're going to do some exercises from the elbow down. All right, so that's next time. Let me just close up here. Next meeting is the 12th of January at noon Eastern time, US Eastern time. Practice, if you're going to practice these exercises, half hour a day is good. You can do them anytime. You can send questions to me directly. If you want, I will email the handout. Everybody gave me their email, so I'll respond to you. And I will, you'll have my email, so if you have a question, please feel free. The video, the recording of this should be up on the FSHD website at some point in time. And happy holidays. And thanks for coming on. And we'll see you next year. All right.